It's being reported that Jadon Sancho to Manchester United is imminent. The final bid, the final structure is being put together by Manchester United to complete this deal. In other reports, Arsenal will link with a sensational move for Donny van der Beek. We want to gauge your views and opinions on these two massive transfer stories this morning. Plus, big news for England this afternoon. It has been revealed and reported that Jack Grealish will not start for Gareth Southgate's team against Croatia for the 2 p.m. kickoff. Hit that like button, retweet, follow, and we'll see you all. And here we go. I nearly ended the show before I even begun it. I'm feeling nervous today before this England game. Let's go! Good morning. Welcome back to the Football Terrace. No Jack Grealish for England this afternoon against Croatia. That is the big report coming out this morning, and it's already trending across all of social media. The words "no Grealish" is absolutely everywhere. I saw Simon Phillips share the news, actually, but originally posted by David Onstein, who says no Grealish today. There's no natural left back because Kieran Trippier is going to be there. Mings and Stones reportedly starting at centre-backs today for England. Kane, Foden, Sterling and Mount all to start. So some of the usual suspects, maybe some shocks. A flat back four is reportedly going to be played for England today also. So it's an interesting one for me. And do you know what? I'm concerned, really, like personally concerned about no Jack Grealish starting in this game. And I'll tell you why. England have never won the opening game of a European Championships. Never. If anybody else is posting that stat today, it come from yours truly. I sat there this morning and thought, I'd never seen us win one. And then I went and did the research. Legit went and did the research this morning on this. 1968, 1-0 defeat to Yugoslavia. 1980, 1-1 draw with Belgium. 1988, 1-0 defeat to Ireland. 92, 0-0 draw with Denmark. 96, 1-1 draw with Switzerland. 2000, 3-2 defeat to Portugal. 2004, 2-1 defeat to France. 2012, 1-1 draw with France. 2016, 1-1 draw with Russia. So to not play our most creative player, for me, is an absolute shocker, in my opinion. Of course, we might still go on to win, and it all may become elementary, but it's a poor decision as it stands for me right now. Do you know the worst part about it is as well, if you look at the last 4 Euros England have been at, we've taken the bloody lead in all those games as well. We should have won those opening games, but we didn't. So it's certainly going to be an interesting one to see how this transpires. I want your views and I want your opinions and everything else on this story. If you're watching on Twitter, please give us a retweet right now. If you're watching on Twitch, please follow. If you're watching on YouTube, you know the score. Subscribe, like, turn on the bell notification button so you never miss another Football Terrace stream. But for all of you, sign up to the Discord server. Football Terrace Discord. You can see the link for that is on our YouTube channel in our description. Every notification for every live show that we do, 100% guaranteed there. Plus, legitimately, the best chat room, the best fan community ever. And, you know, yesterday, actually, you know, a lot of love and a lot of unity amongst the majority of the Football Terrace community in what was a really tough day for football fans to witness what we did and everything else. But the kindness, the exemplary behavior from our proper viewers. Very, very, very proud of all of you yesterday. Good morning to Twisted. Hope you are well. How many of our members are in this morning? Who we got? We've got man like Neil Driscoll. Good morning to you. Man like Shirim Iqbal says we're changing it today, Terry. I hope so. I rate Donny van der Beek highly. Need him and Tony at Arsenal. We're going to get onto those big transfer stories very, very soon for you as well. Jack Grealish deserves to start. Couldn't agree with you more. I cannot for the life of me understand why we're not looking to start him. Dinesh here, another Football Terrace member, says, morning, Terry. Hope England win the Euros. after they gave hell over. I hope England win after they were given hell over Brexit, saying our vaccines don't work. It would be nice to kick the French and Germans in football. Thank you very much for your comment this morning, my guy. Thank you. Let's go to a few more here that are coming through. We try and prioritize super chats and member chats where we can. Of course, that's part of the privilege that you support the channel, and that's part of the return to you. But look, at the end of the day, when it comes to the Jack Grealish situation, for me, ITES here says, I hope England get destroyed. The fans are too arrogant. Listen, most England fans don't think we're going to win. We're just supporting our country, ITES, but you're entitled to that opinion, my brother. From my point of view, though, no Jack Grealish. I think it's a massive mistake. Mason Mount's excellent. Raheem Sterling's had a poor season. I don't know if Rashford's starting, but he's ended the season badly. Grealish just looks so classy, effortless, sharp in the two friendlies leading up to this. I just think it could leave us with a little bit of egg on our face. We haven't had a player like Jack Grealish since Paul Gascoigne, and for me, he should be fundamentally starting this game. Now, Gareth Southgate is going to live or die in footballing terms by his decision. And look, if he doesn't start Grealish and we win today, we win well today, nobody's going to talk about it. We're not playing well, though. We're not creating those chances. He is going to have hellfire rain down on him. And it's a big call. It's a very, very big call. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. There really is. Let's do some more of your comments here. PES Manual says Grealish will start. I mean, he has to. We're just going by the reports this morning. So we're going by the reports from David Ornstein, a number of other people speaking about that as well. A lot of people on socials, it's trending now, frustrated about the Kieran Trippier situation as well, with him being played at left back as opposed to a natural left back. And you've got Ben Chilwell and you've got Luke Shaw in the team. Luke Shaw has had the season of his life in the Prem. You've had Ben Chilwell that had an excellent season. Yes, he had a little bit of a ropey middle, but he had an excellent season. There's no doubt about it. Ended it as a European champion. I get that Kieran Trippier won the league, but as a right back, and I think that's the issue that people have got. It's such an interesting one. It is. It does look like Foden's going to start today, which in itself is good. We're starting with twin sixes, so the twin sixes are being played. I don't think that's too much of an issue, but the Jack Grealish situation has got people absolutely fuming across socials, and I want your views and I want your opinions. We're going to share the link now for you to call in the live comments section below. I'm going to spam it in a little bit, so whatever platform you're watching on, please do that. If you're watching over on YouTube, Twitter, sorry, I'll post a comment just under the stream now so you can have the link to call in as well. So that's posted for you to dial in and have your say. Rachel here of a super chat says, so it seems Sancho will be coming to United, but do you think he will sign anyone else? I hope we do. Do you know what, Rachel? I'll move on to Jack Grealish in a few moments' time. But yes, I do think we'll sign some other people around him. The quality of player and the amount of money will depend on who stays. The Rav here, one of our wonderful members, says Chilwell, Mount, Reece James, Champions League winners. Come on, you Blues. Yeah, and Chilwell and Reece James are not playing. Kyle Walker has been favoured for this game, or so it appears according to the reports. Cedric here says Southgate is no Ollie. He will know when to make 5 substitutions. Southgate is going to play 7 in defence, pragmatic, whilst you have amazing young attacking players. Does appear that way. Let's watch and see how we play first. Let's see how the twin sixes do in their positions today. I'm so looking forward. Do you know what it is as well? I think I was just so looking forward to seeing Jack Grealish start an England game at a major tournament. Comment here from Twitter that says, hi, Terry. Southgate comes across as the English Ollie. Favourites and pragmatism. Grealish must start. I hear you on that. I do hear where you're coming from that. Absolutely. We're going to take your calls on that, as I said already. The link for that is in our live comment section if you want to phone the terrace and if you want to have your say on these matters today. We're also talking Jack Grealish. We're also talking Jadon Sancho. Now, Jadon Sancho has been linked with a move to Manchester United for a couple of years now. We all know about this. Yesterday, Sky Germany reported that the deal is imminent. There are a number of other reports from various journalists stating that Man United will offer the 95 million euros that are required. But where some of the early reports that said there was a 20 million pound differential have been almost bridged now, you've seen where the negotiations were. It's just as we said to you on the football terrace. And this was more my financial experience in this field coming through, where I knew United were offering the 95 million. That was always the case. But it was the structure and the makeup of the deal that was holding it up. And essentially, the length of time to pay the installments and the trigger points for the add-ons to raise it to the 95 million euros or the 81, 82 million pound total transfer deal. Essentially, Dortmund wanted the add-ons to be connected to financial income that Manchester United make and trophies they win as a football club, with Jadon Sancho taking part, where Man United wanted the incentives to be more based around individual performances, individual awards, Ballon d'Ors, Player of the Years, appearances, goals, etc. That appears to be almost ironed out and completed. Plus, Man United have made concessions over the amount of time it would take to pay the base fee installments. The base fee is going to be somewhere in the region of about 75 million euros. The add-ons will equate to a further 20. So what's important to remember here when you're reading about this deal is it isn't 81, 82, 83 million pounds plus 20 in add-ons. That is inclusive of the add-ons. Germany now, multiple outlets saying that it's imminent. There are a few British journalists giving contrary reports saying that it isn't close. It's still going to be a long, long way to go. Who knows the complete truth? Nobody does. What we're here to do at the Football Terrace is report into you what journalists are being told, what they're being fed. What I would suggest again with this deal is you're probably finding it 6 of one and half a dozen of another. There's an element of it's really, really close, but Man United might feed out into the ether to their journalists that actually it isn't close at all. That way, if there is a snag, Man United and sort of the British press can say, well, we told you it wasn't close to being agreed, so why is everybody panicking? A lot of PR goes into this type of thing. I'm not challenging the credibility of any journalist, because I believe they are reporting on what they're being told when it comes to transfers, but it will just be an interesting one. But the Jadon Sancho deal gets ever closer. In other transfer news involving Manchester United today, Donny van der Beek. Donny van der Beek. This is the second day running now that I've seen this rumor. The first time round, I ignored the rumor. I legitimately ignored the rumor, Donny van der Beek. But now it appears, and this is a report coming out of 90 Min. It says here that Arsenal have reportedly made contact with Manchester United over a surprise potential transfer deal for out-of-favour midfielder Donny van der Beek. It says the Netherlands international has endured a difficult first season at Old Trafford, having barely featured and very rarely started. According to 90 Min, it seems Arsenal now want to try and offer Van der Beek a fresh opportunity to revive his career. The Gunners certainly could do with some more quality in the middle of the park, and after a difficult season, and one imagines Donny van der Beek could find it easier to play at the Emirates Stadium more often. It remains to be seen but it still remains to be seen whether Manchester United would let him go. Whilst a 24-year-old has the likes of Bruno Fernandes and Pogba to compete with at United, there isn't the same level of competition within Mikel Arteta's squad. So at this moment in time, it appears the rumors are they've made contact, and this happens quite regularly. The contact is being made. I just have to say from the off on this deal, this proposed deal, I cannot see Man United selling him, and I cannot see Donny van der Beek going to Arsenal, even for more game time. I just don't see the mileage in it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn here. Just cannot see this deal happening. I'm not challenging the credibility of the sources or what people have been told or what they believe or anything along those lines. I'm simply talking about the fact that I cannot see for the life of me Donny van der Beek playing for Arsenal Football Club. No European football, huge rebuild, inexperienced manager. I can't see it. Personally, I can't see it myself. You may all look at this very, very different. So I want your views and your opinions on these deals. Comment here says, can you say Donny, Jadon Sancho done once it is done? Almost all your recent videos seem like it's almost done. Absolutely, my bro. And, you know, we'll say the deal is completed when the deal is completed. But what happens at the Football Terrace? There's two things. We're an aggregator, but we are looking to move into the, I would never call us mainstream. That's never what no intentions that I want to be. But obviously with our partnership with Snack, we do want to move more into the news business. And you'll see as our shows develop, as over the next 2 to 3 years, we start to employ people and bring people forward, we will be reporting on news. When you report on news, you report on speculation, you report on rumor, you allow football fans and other people to give their opinions on these said speculations, whatever the news may be. So whether it's transfers, whether it's match reactions, whether it's major incidents, we will report on what's being said. We'll also give you, the fans, the opportunity to give your opinions as well. And you'll start to see a lot of features from us in the near future, focus on exactly what you, the fans, are saying as well. We kind of did a little video about it the other day with Jerome, the Spurs fan that phoned up. So absolutely, we will say that the deal is complete when it's complete. But when you get highly credible journalists, major media outlets stating things like deal imminent, deal nearly done, we report on that particular news. A bit like the Jack, ignore the transfer for a minute. Look at the Jack Grealish news. I'm not stating Jack Grealish is not going to play. I'm telling you what credible journalists have said. It's still only speculation. So the way I look at transfers is how I look at all speculation and all opinion within football. It's based on what people have been told, what they've heard, what they've read. Imagine we weren't allowed to talk about football until we knew everything was 100% certainty. There'd never be any debate. We wouldn't be able to talk about one single refereeing decision because we actually don't know the facts behind why they did what they did. We just speculate, right? So that's very much what we do. But I do hear you, my brother. Thank you very much for that comment. Hats off to you, Terry. Keep up all the good work. Thank you very much indeed for your kind comments. Let's do a few more here. Snack Terrace. Obviously, they're our partners. They're our partners, and you're going to love what we've got coming for you. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited about the next 12 to 18 months growth of the Terrace. Let's move forward. There's a comment here from Daniel that says huge downgrade to Arsenal for Donny. Why? Plus they would have to pay about 50 million to get him. Yeah, it would cost a lot of money. I agree with you, Dan. There's nothing about the deal to Arsenal that makes any sense to me personally whatsoever. That legitimately doesn't make any sense at all. Donny van der Beek is with Bergkamp's daughter. Links are there. I understand that he's dating Bergkamp's daughter. If you think that's enough, AFC Curtis, for him to join Arsenal, then you're entitled to that opinion. I just personally don't see it being enough. Terry, would United get a discount on Sancho for a full cash payment? Typically in football, if you want to offer the cash up front and there's nobody else in for the deal, you can negotiate a price for cash. To sound very working class for a moment, that is doable because a club having that income banked straight away, there, done, dusted, is lucrative. Cash is king for any organization, for any business, whether you're as big as Apple and Amazon or you're starting up your own fruit and veg stall on a market. Cash in your business, cash in your corporation is imperative for you to move forward. So you often get into a normal business. You can't really do this with the corporates anymore, but a lot of companies would always offer you a slight discount for cash as opposed to checks or even sort of back in the day, like debit card payments. Checks obviously came before debit card payments because most debit card payments is a deferment period. It's become a lot better now, especially with open banking payments, because open banking payments now, they look like you're making a debit card payment, but you're not. You're actually completing a faster payment. The faster payment is also paid for by the incumbent bank, so a Barclays or a HSBC, meaning it's very, very cheap for the acquirers that offer this service or the PSPs, the payment service providers. It's a lot cheaper for them. But businesses would still offer you a discount for cash because they get the money instantly. That's going away a little bit now. Banks want more transactions to be digital, so they've invented ways of you getting your money quicker, because deferment periods would sometimes be 30 to 60 days. So you could sell a pair of shoes in your shop, but you may not see that cash for 30 to 60 days. Plus, you were losing a percentage of it. You were losing 0.5%, 1%, 2%. Do you remember when like convenience stores would charge you 50p for spending under £5 on a debit card? Because they were being charged that. So they would lose money. So they would offer you a discount. That same thing is replicated at the higher end of the scale. At the higher end of the scale, that thing goes on. So absolutely, that does happen. There's no doubt about it. Cash in hand is worth 10 times more as a loan, family saying. I hear you on that. I hear you on that. There we go. I want your views and opinions. Only one person waiting to call in this morning. What's going on with you all today? Call in now to the show, my wonderful people. There is the link. It's been put out. I hate banks. They make profit off every transaction. Listen, not everything banks have done over the years has been good, but they do. It's their job. They facilitate it. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Morning, lads. Come on, England is what Star-Lord says there. Absolutely. AC Milan don't want to pay 17 million for Dalot. Of course they don't. Just remember one thing here. People always think Man United are the cheapskates. No club wants to pay the asking price. None of us want to pay the asking price. If you go into a car showroom, how much is that grand? It's 50,000. That car is £50,000. We all make offers. We all say, what's the best deal you can do me? We all say, what's the best I can get on a part exchange? You try and buy a house. You try to bid lower. It's normal. It's every single financial transaction, whether you're buying a commodity, a product, a service, you try to get the price lower. It's beyond normal. It really, really is. It really, really is. She said, Terry, will Sancho be enough? If that's all that happens, look, if he's the only player we sign this summer, then it isn't enough. We need more for the squad, but it's an amazing start. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. It would be an amazing start, an amazing, amazing start. That cannot, in my view, that cannot be denied. Half Log says Sancho done deal. Some people have reported that. Jan Uge Fjurtov has said that the Sancho family believe it's done and dusted. It's literally legalities and formalities being worked through now. Others, there are some British journalists that say that it's far from even being agreed to, let alone nearly done. It really depends upon the publication that you read. But that's what we're here for at the Terrace, is to bring all these stories together and then give you the chance to do exactly what you're doing there. Express your views and opinions. Get it out there. Terry, I'm shy. What, Shirin? What are you talking about, bro? That made me giggle. That made me giggle. If you're watching over on Twitter, please retweet and like. If you're watching on Twitch, please hit that follow button. If you're watching right now on YouTube, you know what to do to support the Terrace. Like, share, turn on bell notifications for us here. What does this comment say? I love some of these comments. I can't read them all out. What do United need in order to be competitive apart from Sancho? Cover at the back, stronger midfield, and they need to keep a level of quality players. That needs to happen. And we need to know who our number one goalkeeper is going to be as well. That's a start. There is still the potential that we also need a better manager on top of that as well, 100%. First sub on CFC Twitch. Thank you very, very much. Oh, yes, you can subscribe to us now, I think. I'll be honest with you, I don't quite understand how Twitch works. Like all the functionalities I've got to learn. I don't know how it works. I'm so old. Do you know what? It's not about being old. I'll get it. It's just about I've never used it before. So I'm not really a gaming type person. But yeah, you can sub. You can go and sub to it. But I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. I'll work it out. And we're going to have a lot of content coming that way for you soon. As I say, the partnership that we've got coming up with Snack, we're working on a number of shows. And the shows are really going to vary. Some that we're developing are going to be very much fun. I can't even reveal what they're going to look like. I want to keep it stum. Some of the things are going to be really fun and energetic. Others are going to be very serious news pieces. We're looking to have that complete spectrum, documentaries, all sorts of things on the way on the terrace. And we're going to be utilizing multiple platforms. So make sure you're subbing to everything after this show. But Jack Grealish is the big talking point as well today. I want people's views and opinions on that one. We've got Man Like Elite KJ coming on very, very soon as well. Someone's using an emoji there on Twitch. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. I've got to stop. I've got to learn. Let's go to Ray first. Ray's with us here on the terrace this morning. What are you saying, buddy?
Hi, buddy. I'm just waiting on Dele Alli getting linked to Man City because he's going out with Pep's daughter, is he? So I'm just waiting on it happening.
Who's going out with Pep's daughter? Dele Alli.
Yeah, Dele Alli was caught kissing Pep Guardiola's daughter. So I'm waiting on the legs happening. But I don't think Donny van de Beek will move. Honestly, I don't. I think he'll get more game time and improve the team as well. For him to move to Arsenal is a big downgrade or where they finished last year. And as you say, it's a very, very, very big rebuilding job at Arsenal. So I don't think he'll move.
Yeah, I can't. I just can't imagine him. I think there's a possibility for him to move. I just don't see it being Arsenal, in my opinion. I think that Donny van de... If you think about the kind of outrage from people towards Donny van de Beek this season, it's been he's too good to sit on Man United's bench. He should be in and around the Man United team. I think Donny believes that. Yeah. I think Donny's team believe that. I think most of football believes that, which means there are going to be teams in better situations than Arsenal that are going to be after his signature. Ray, what do you make of the Jack Grealish news that he may not start for England today?
Right, I'm going to get a lot. You're probably going to give me a funny face, right? I think Jack Grealish is overrated. That's my opinion. I honestly think he's overrated. I think there's better players than him. I do. But I just honestly think in his Aston Villa team, a lot of weaker players make him look better. Whereas Phil Foden, he's got a lot of quality players around him at Man City. And I think he's 10 times better than Jack Grealish, in my opinion. I know they're kind of play different positions, but I honestly think Grealish is overrated, and I don't think Man United should buy him. I think Donny van de Beek is better than Jack Grealish, in all honesty. And he only costs 40 million, and Jack Grealish will cost at least 70 to 80 million, maybe more.
I respect your opinion because you're entitled to have an opinion.
Yeah, I know you disagree, but
I do. I agree profusely. I think Jack Grealish is the best English creator we have, and he does it in a team where he's surrounded by lesser players. We've seen in the 2 or 3 England games that he started in recent months, he just oozes head and shoulders above everybody else. Now, of course, Foden and Mason Mount are excellent. They've had brilliant seasons. There's no doubt about it. I just think Grealish is a slight, he's one run up the ladder better, in my opinion, but we will see. Listen, Ray, you're entitled to that opinion, mate. Thanks for coming on the terrace and having your say. Thank you very much indeed. Viewers, do you agree with Ray? What we're going to do is we're going to make that the poll. That's going to be the big question for this morning's show today and now people are going to say, oh, the football terrace is pushing the agenda. I'm not. I don't think he is, but we're going to ask the question here. Is Jack Grealish overrated? You've got to ask the question because that poll's out now because a caller's come up and said that. I can't believe it. I can't believe I've actually heard someone say it, but this is why the terrace exists, for people to come on and give their opinions. Next on the show, we're going to go to Sadhu. One of our members is here. What are you saying, buddy?
You're right, Terry.
And I'm loving the shirt, bruv. He's got that. He's got them bad boy 3 lions on.
Of course, Terry. About the previous caller, Greenish, I think he should be starting. I think he should be starting every single game for England. Every single game, he should be the first name on the sheet.
I couldn't agree with you more. The team, the creative element of England should be built around Jack Grealish, 110%.
It should be 100%, Terry. I agree with that. I think he's one of the. If United could go and get him, yeah, by all means, I think he should be the. After Sancho, I think he should be the second signing that we should go and get him. But with the money wise, I doubt it. But
yeah, I'll make a big claim here, and I'm gonna clip me up if you want. If somebody turned around to me and said you can get Jack Grealish, but it means Rashford has to leave, I would seriously consider it. That's how good I think Jack Grealish is. I would look at Rashford and be like, I love you, my guy, but I just love Jack Grealish maybe a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. As a player, I don't know. I'd seriously consider it. I'd seriously consider it. It wouldn't be something where I point blank go, no way, it's a stupid deal. I would definitely consider it. He's so good.
No, he's world class. He is. I think. Like I said, he should be starting every single game for England. He should get a big club soon as well, and hopefully he's United.
Mate, absolutely. Couldn't agree. Could not agree with you more. Listen, thanks for calling in and enjoy the game today, buddy. Speak to you soon. Thank you very, very much indeed. Take care. Thank you. Comment here from Jay over on Twitch says, "Good morning, Terry. No, he's a good player. He absolutely is." A few people were saying, "Don't do it, Terry." Some are saying same. Listen, I'm not saying I'd 100% do it, but I definitely can. It wouldn't. You know, sometimes debates happen, and like people just go, "Nah, wouldn't do it." It'd be something I think about. The only player I wouldn't take out for Jackie Grealish is PP. The only player I wouldn't is Paul Pogba and probably Bruno Fernandes, because Bruno Fernandes and PP, I wouldn't swap them for anyone. Everybody else, I'd be tempted. You know, Jack Grealish is that good. We're going to be getting Elite KJ on very, very soon. First up, Mo is here with us. What are you saying, Mo?
For some reason it says Mo Saeed as my name.
Mo, sorry, I didn't realize until you spoke. So you have to be over the age of 16 to come on here, mate. I'm afraid. Very, very sorry. Just for parental guidance reasons, mate. Sorry about that, buddy. Sorry about that. Take care. Sorry, I do apologize. I didn't check to see how old the young man was. Just because I can't be speaking to kids on the internet without their parents' permission, or without the parents being, not even permission, without them being there. Man like Elite KJ is with us now. I know he's feeling nervous this morning, especially after he's read my tweet that England have never won an opening game of Euros before. Jack Grealish is set not to start. Sancho reportedly imminent. Donny van de Beek may be going to Arsenal. My brother's here. What are you saying, KJ?
Nervous, bruv. I'm good, man. I'm good. Give me 2 seconds, actually. I'm going to just move position, so I'll be back in a sec.
All right, bro, no worries. We'll run to Safe before that. Before Safe, we have a super chat that says, Foden and Mount are showing their class on the biggest stages. I want to see Jack playing in the Champions League. Actually, KJ's back now. Actually, do you know what? Yeah, KJ's back. We'll make Safe wait. KJ's here. What are you saying, bro?
Yo. All right, yeah. So listen, today's going to be a good day because the Euros is back on, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's all it's going to be. Van der Beek to Arsenal, though. These are links and rumors that just make no sense. I think they're there to keep the keep it ticking. You know what I'm saying? Keep the world spinning, as they like to say. I don't think he goes to Arsenal in any way, shape, or form. Like, even if Arsenal wanted him like badly, he ain't going because the game time is great. And Bergkamp, you're basically his son-in-law and that. Oh yeah. But on the real though, like. Yeah. The prestige is not the same. Where the teams are in terms of the state of the teams are not the same. No Champions League or even Europa League or even Conference League football. I don't see that being a proposition. Also, will he even earn as much at Arsenal as United? Probably not. So yeah, like it's not something that I can see happening. You know what I'm saying? But Jack Grealish not starting for England. Waistcoat. You know what? Yeah, as a manager, sometimes as a manager, yeah, all you need to do is just try something different, and fans will get off your back. If we saw Jack Grealish start today, I don't think anyone would be complaining. And if things went wrong, and Gareth Southgate generally tried to change things up, made the right substitution, and it still didn't go right, then cool, you can say, you know what, he did all he could with his limited ability.
Yeah.
But come on, man. Start the guy. He is England's best player. One of England's best players. In the friendlies, you saw the levels. You saw the levels that he brought to the team with everyone around him. I absolutely get that you've got Foden and we've got Mount. But that left-hand side, you're starting Sterling. Come on, like I know that you in football you're gonna need you need some kind of balance. So having someone to run in behind and make those runs is useful. But Sterling's form for England hasn't been great recently. So why start him? Now that's what I'm questioning. It's like why start? And then the whole thing of playing Trippier at left back, if this is true, playing Trippier at left back when you have two left backs in the squad makes no sense.
Yeah.
If he was playing three at the back and he had Luke Shaw left centre back, and you wanted Trippier as a wing back, you can kind of be like, all right, cool, you still got that left-sided player there. But it's just not making any sense, my guy, and it's just like he's not helping himself at all.
No, he's not, and you're absolutely right there about it. It's I know we don't know as much about football as pros. Really and truly, we don't. Sometimes football fans can articulate their knowledge better. Like, so, sometimes you hear like an ex-pro speak and you're like, he doesn't know anything, even though he's an ex-pro. I think it's more they don't know how to explain it, but they know it inside themselves. But the amount of times you see managers do things that make no sense. Look at Holland. We know Frank de Boer is struggling, right? Holland, Dutch fans flew a plane over the training ground that basically told them to play a different formation. Like everyone in Holland knows they're playing the wrong formation. But this is the problem you have with the issue you have with all managers to get to the point in their careers they're at, to manage at this level, you have to be very strong-minded, pig-headed to a certain degree. But the problem is when it's going wrong, those heels tend to get dug into the ground. Do you get what I mean? And that's why I'm watching the Fergie documentary last night. It's why Fergie was the greatest, because he learned to change and adapt when he saw things. But that was that beauty in his strength. And I don't know, as Southgate, you just think so many square pegs in round holes. And we're up against Croatia today. That they may not be the same team they were 3 years ago at the World Cup, but they are technically very proficient. They're going to hold on to the ball well at times. And I kind of feel like in this game with who we're going to go with, if in the first 20 minutes we're not leading the game, we're going to start to struggle. And the longer Croatia settle into the game, the harder it's going to be for us. I really do. And, I'm not saying winning today means we're going to win the Euros. And what I do find funny was Itest commented about England fans are arrogant. We're no different to any other nation. We all want to believe in our team and want to believe that our team can do it and everything else. A win in the opening game, for me, throws a cat amongst the pigeons because we've never done that. It gives us a base. We nearly always go into our second and third games at this tournament needing to win like it's a knockout game. We never can go into that final game a little bit more relaxed. You get what I mean? A little bit less pressured. So it could be huge for us, especially with the rotation levels, especially with the fact we've got a 26-man squad, so we should be able to keep people fresh. But already I look at these managerial decisions and just think, we're going to do it the hard way, aren't we? We're going to do it the hard way or crash out again. We've gone out I'm just stressed about it. It's made me stressed. I'm so looking forward to seeing Jackie as well, man. But there we go. England fans are out of their head. 3-1 is what he says there. I think it must mean to Croatia.
Or
maybe
you got the Croatian flag there. As much as I maybe not believe that England will win the Euros and go on to do whatnot, it seems to be like it's only England fans. They get called out for supporting their team. and supporting their country. You know what I mean? Like everyone else, like Wales, the Wales fans thought they could beat Switzerland. No one's chatting about them being like over their heads and being mad and stuff like that. No one's talking about Belgium or Germany or different countries. Like again, I don't believe England will win the Euros, but believing they can win a group stage game, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
Bruv. It's always made me laugh, this really, that we do this. So we're either deluded in thinking we can win it, or you can laugh at us for not winning it because we've flopped. You can't flop if you're shit and not expected to win it or do well. That's my issue with it. When I deep it as an England fan, it's okay. You will say you can't win it, you're trash. But then if we go out in the quarterfinals, people say, well, your squad, you should be doing better. So which is it? So if we're laughed at for going out at anything earlier than, say, the semi-finals, then you shouldn't get on England fans' back for saying, I think we can win this. If you don't think we can win it, then getting to a quarterfinal or a semi-final should be looked at as, well done, England. You did much better than we thought. But it isn't, which is why what you know it isn't to take it seriously. You know that it's just like whatever England do, particular people are going to be negative about them because they don't like England. That's all it comes down to, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? It can't work. With Wales, people love watching an underdog that we know are not going to win it. We know have zero chance of winning it in the cold light of day. So I'll go on. Yeah, get behind your team. When it comes to England, and I'm sure there are people that hate Germany or hate Spain for whatever reason and feel the same way, but because they have won things a little more recently, it's like if England would have won the Euros in 96, your experience as an England fan, KJ, would have been very different because we'd have won a tournament. In fairness, like 1996 is a long time ago for us, but in international tournament terms, it's only a few years ago. Because, do you get what I mean? So it's this kind of case of like, I get why they do it. It annoys me sometimes, but if you get bantered for losing a game, you know you're a good team. Look what happened last season. Early part of the season, every time Arsenal lost a game, it was like, ha, ha, ha. By like January, that reaction had gone because everyone had gone. Everyone leveled out and was like, yeah, this is Arsenal's level. It's not funny anymore seeing Arsenal lose at their level. Do you get what I mean? And it's like with England, the only reason we get crap is because people know we're a good team. But we definitely have, it's never about our ability. It's more our mental block. Do you get where I'm coming from? It's our mental block in these situations. So let them do it, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Because what we do know will be beautiful is half these men, if England do well, you'll see them all like, you just start off very quietly at the quarterfinals. You just hear, it's coming home. If we get to a semi or a final, you'll see them face painted, house decorated, full English. Do you know what I mean? Man coming at it looking like Tommy Robinson's brother, bruv. Do you know what I mean? That's what they'll do. 110%. And that's just the nature of the beast in this day and age, I think, bro.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the game today. And if they do beat Croatia, like I said last night, it's a strong start and a position that you can be hopeful for as an England fan to get out of the group and not get that misery that we experienced in was it what Euros was it that we never got out of the group stage, or was it the World Cup? The World Cup 2014 in Brazil, isn't it?
Bro, we didn't get out the group stages of the Euros. What year was that? It was the year that we didn't get out the group stages of the Euros. I think that was 2000. That was the most painful year. Because like we started off against Portugal. I think we went 2-0 up. We were looking amazing. And I remember that was golden generation settings. And I was watching that game in my kickboxing school. So I wasn't allowed to miss training, but they put a TV in and we were like, yeah, 2-0 up. Lost 3-2. 4 years later, up against a very good France team. Played, honestly, Paul Scholes that day. Drippy. Wayne Rooney is one because we lost. This is, you know what I always speak about this in the terrace. When someone scores a great goal or has a great performance in a game their team loses, it's so frustrating because football, you lose that performance in the grand scheme of things. Wayne Rooney against France, that was amazing. We played the best football and we capitulated at the end and France won 2-1. And then 4 years after that, 8 years. We missed out 2008. 2012, we played France, and actually go look at that France team from that day. This shows how cycles work. 9 years ago, the French team was Johan Kabak was their best midfielder.
Oh, you Kabay, yeah.
Kabay,
That
sorry.
France team
Like,
was, yeah.
and we couldn't beat. We were 1-0 up, playing well, and we lost to them. Like, we just do it all the time, and it's like, it's so frustrating, man. So frustrating.
Yeah, England
frustrating.
are very jarring. But again, that's the thing about supporting a team in football. They can give you the highest amount of ecstasy or the highest amount of pain. Like that's the game, isn't it? That's just the way the game goes.
Tere here says kickboxer. Yeah, I used to compete for Team GB. Yes, but yeah, don't mess. I mean, I'm soft now. I'm old, brittle. Do you know what I mean, brother? I know you're only messing as well. A lot of people saying Rooney was an international flop. Do you know what's mad? That 2004 Euros, if he hadn't have got injured, I am convinced we'd have beaten Portugal in that game that he went off injured in, because we were very close to it. He was just on fire. And where Rooney was unlucky is his next two major tournaments, 06 and 2010 World Cups, he should never have been taken. And that's the same reason why we're saying, I don't want Henderson, Maguire shouldn't be there. We just have this horrible history of players, David Beckham in 2002, going to these tournaments, not fit, not ready. They don't put in the right performances, and then that damages legacy. And because if Rooney hadn't have gone to...
Remember, Terry, we need Henderson there for the leadership in the dressing room.
I just don't agree. I'm nervous about it. Do you know what's mad? Because if Rooney had have not gone to those World Cups, as he shouldn't have done, he wouldn't be called an international flop. It would have been what would have been with Rooney. But he went injured, didn't put in the performances that we needed because he wasn't fit. He didn't get a chance to build up momentum. Most players at the World Cup build up momentum. It takes 2 or 3 games. Mm-hmm. Both of those tournaments, he was just getting fit through those games. And it was all, I hated it. I felt so bad for him, but there we go. Cage, thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say. We'll see you at full time. Take care, buddy. Thank you. Next up on the show, Safe is here. What are you saying, Safe?
Yo, what's up, man? I wanted to speak to KJ, man. I wanted to educate him, but I don't know. He didn't bring me on the time.
What do you want to educate him on?
Well, on football, on everything.
Yo, fam,
every single
come on then.
thing, KJ needs to be educated.
Come on then. Tell me something.
Okay, KJ, let me talk to you like a 5-year-old child here. Please.
Yo, fam, why you stop talking, bro? I thought you're supposed to be talking.
Okay.
Teach me then.
No, because he was laughing. Please. Allow the manager to pick the team. You shouldn't say why Grealish doesn't start, why this player shouldn't start. Listen, let the manager pick the team. The manager knows who's fit, who's not fit. If we start the guy Jack Grealish and we go slapped up by Croatia, people are going to say, why did you start Jack Grealish? Let the manager pick the place because how England will play. I believe deep inside my heart, I believe deep inside my heart that England would win the World Cup.
It's not the World Cup.
The Euros, my mistake. And since yesterday, I wanted to come on and I wanted to place a bet with KJ and Terry.
Hang on a minute. Are you allowed to bet, sir? Are you allowed to bet?
I am allowed to bet, yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm allowed to bet. I want to bet that England...
Hang on a minute. Have you got earpods in that you're not using?
What?
Sorry, anyway. Sorry, carry on.
Sorry, my AirPods stopped working. That's why
Okay.
I want to place £100 bet that if England wins the World Cup, I will pay the £100 bet. If England don't win the World Cup, then Terry, you will be £100 bet.
Wait.
What?
Wait. You can't say you believe that England can win the Euros, but then make us lose if we don't win the Euros. That makes no sense.
KJ, please stop being like a child here, because at the end of the day, we have to have it equal.
Yeah, but you're the one who believes that England will win the Euros, so you have to lose if England don't win the Euros. We can't lose if England don't win the Euros. That makes no sense.
Doesn't it? Okay. Another question. No. I want to talk to you like a 5-year-old child here. Tini has playing fantastic for Arsenal. Why did Southgate not pick him? Is Tini in English or is he Scottish?
He's Scottish.
Scottish.
Yes. Keep the education coming. Say, keep the
education. Okay.
Oh, the L.
Terry,
The L.
No. There's no L's taken by safe. What are you talking about, Terry? What are you talking?
KJ, please, please allow the manager to play the correct football. Let Southgate play the correct team, and we would beat Croatia. That's my
Yeah,
personal opinion.
but safe.
Another, yes.
Safe. I hear what you're saying about let the manager pick the team, and if things go wrong with one player, blah blah blah. But Sterling would be. Don't you think Sterling's more of an effective tool to come off the bench in this game than Jack Grealish? Because if things are going wrong, Jack Grealish, yes, he can affect games, but say we need like pacing behind, or we need something different.
I believe
Grealish ain't gonna deliver those things.
That's my personal opinion because Grealish, his body is a bit big, so by the time he turns here, and because Croatia are a bit a physical team, Grealish wouldn't be able to play that great football. But Sterling, because he's small, like Messi players, he can go in between the players, duckling between players, and he can create more opportunities for England.
Because he's small.
You don't think Jack Grealish is agile enough to get past players?
No, because Jack Grealish is his body is a bit heavy. It's like Harry Kane. So by the time he's going to turn, Croatia would hit us with a counter attack. Listen, KJ. I used to play Football Manager on my laptop, yes, and I used to be one of the greatest managers. I did not win the league, right? But I know tactical football.
Hang on a minute. You played Football Manager and you didn't win the league. Everyone wins the league on there, bruv. You can win a Premier.
Terry, listen. Hairline, yeah? Hairline. Like a 1-year-old child, yeah? The only reason why I didn't win the league here was because I used to get £10,000 cash money up front here, and I used to spend £15,000. So my salary used to be higher than expected, so I used to get the sack. So every single match revenue, I used to be minus 5,000, 6,000, and I never understood the reason why.
Well, yeah, if you manage any business and you lose the money, they sack you, bruv. that tells you what it is. Listen, Safe, thank you very much for. Hang on. Oh, go on. One final one. Final
one. Regarding about Sancho payment. Yesterday I read on Sky Sports when I was at work. That Dortmund won £86 million up front, but Manchester United want to pay 76 million and they want to play installment, which I don't understand. Why can't you not pay 86 million pounds up front? You said on the football terrace that the football clubs will get loans from the banks and they pay the interest. So why can't they not take a loan for 86 million?
Because of the wonderful things he does. Because if you can pay it with your own cash in the same installment period you'd pay back a loan with no interest, that's the best option. If you can't and the selling club only wants it up front, then you may look at a short-term loan because generally the yield of the interest is offset against the yield you have on income for your cash balances. So that's the second option. But the last option is to pay your own cash out your own account. It's just a simple process of elimination. That's why, my friend.
I mean, at the end of the day, the Euros are coming. We're not going to get Sancho. You're going to get angry on the Glazers. You're going to blame, it's the Glazers' fault. Just like last year. Listen, just stay calm. I mean, be positive. Manchester United would win the league next season.
There we go. Someone's brought their dog on the show with the England top on. Loving it. Safe. Thank you very, very much indeed. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you. Whose dog is that? Someone called in with their dog. Dog looks happy. That's one of them dogs that looks sad but is happy, I think.
He's ready, bro. He's ready for the game. He's ready for the game. Man like dog.
Love it. Man like. Listen, everyone who's tuned in today, a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. We're back later on today at full time after the England game. Until then, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again